something very, 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 very important, which I and many other thinkers in Africa have found. Mr. Ike, whenever you talk about such things, people call you paranoid. But no, you are really more sane than they really are. Say, there are certain vaccination things that are done to our children which rob them of the ability of seeing spiritual entities. Believe me, I can prove this.
And then they have these children that they're kidnapping and bringing in from other countries, and no one misses them because these are third world countries. And children are they have the most energy, the purest energy, they're the highest form of sacrifice.
When you go to the hospital, you find out you are a black woman and you need help. And that's when you find out they don't fuck with you for real. That's when they take your baby, soon as it's born, act like they watching it off, give him one of them shots, and give it back to you. Can I say this real quick? Don't have a baby in the hospital, black women. Learn how to have a baby at home. Do not let them touch your baby. Don't let them cut that thing until it was supposed to be cut. The whatever's the shit that come out that the baby connected to, the little adapter switch. The umbilical cord? All that shit. That's the adapter. You don't let them cut that shit until it's supposed to be cut. Every time you have a baby in the hospital, they give it a shot full of that shit.
In Zululand, we were sometimes called before our chiefs, our Inkos, and we were told that there is a great smallpox coming to the land and that all children must be vaccinated. Do you know that my mother's father, my grandfather, used to dodge that? He said that the white man's job, the white man's vaccination, makes you blind. And if you are to look after my cattle, you must not go to the trading store to get your vaccination. But wait, the school inspectors used to come into the land and check each child for signs of vaccination or lack of it. Now, do you know what we used to do, Mr. David? Our grandmothers used to give us great pain in order to save our spiritual eyes. They used to heat grains of maize, and then they would heat this grain of maize, and using a piece of wood as tweezers, place it firmly against the skin of the child. So when the school inspector came, he saw these blisters and assumed that the child had been vaccinated. But in fact, it had not. And this was done to us many, many times. And I noticed that school children in mission schools who had been vaccinated for smallpox or for measles could not see spiritual entities at all. A ndondo, that is a flying saucer, a sputnik, would fly through the sky at great speed and be seen by many men and women. But the child who had been vaccinated would see nothing. And I noticed this hundreds of times.
Well, what you just said about the vaccines and their effect, shutting us down spiritually and multidimensionally, is fantastic, given that no matter what your background, creed, culture, parents on every inch of the planet almost are being pressurized to have their children vaccinated more and more and more. And to summarize what you've been saying, and indeed it's so much in line with what I've come to the conclusion about as well, an extraterrestrial race, reptilian race, disconnected us from our true magnificent senses in a long, long ancient world. They've been manipulating us ever since, and the more that time has passed, the less we've realized this is going on. And now we're at a point where we are in a prison without bars, a massive prison, and we don't even know we're in prison. We don't even know the jailers are. Indeed, when the jailers are exposed, people just laugh and ridicule and all that stuff. So we're in an unbelievable situation. And we're in a jail we deny we're in. And there are jailers we deny exist. And we call it freedom.